Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be exploring how to effectively use the dangerous goods list so that you can get the most out of it. Without further ado, let's dive right in. This video is brought to you by Ecademy, a unit of Elite Offshore Pvt Ltd CBD Belapur Navi Mumbai. We are pleased to offer an informative video that provides essential knowledge on the proper use of dangerous goods list as contained in the IMDG Code. We hope that upon viewing this video, you shall discover a newfound ease in your exploration of the dangerous goods list. The Dangerous Goods List, DGL, is the central section of the IMDG Code. It is an index of entries for dangerous goods substances and articles listed in UN number order. It contains proper shipping names, PSN, and UN numbers. Dangerous Goods List is Part 3.2 of the IMDG Code and is located in Volume 2. The Dangerous Goods List or DGL in the printed IMDG Code runs across 2 pages. We can see that the list is easier to read because each entry in the row section is distributed in white and gray alternate patterns. Much of the information contained in the DGL is coded to make it easier to present in a table. There are some symbols found in the Dangerous Goods List. These symbols are placed against an item indicate changes from the previous edition in accordance with new amendment of the IMDG Code. Square indicates insertion of an item. Crossed out circle means deletion of an item. The triangle indicates some part of that section of the regulation changed in some way. It could be as simple as one word, sentence, or entire section that was reworked or clarified. If you want to check about the column description, you can always refer to the Chapter 3.2 Structure of Dangerous Goods List in Volume 2. The Dangerous Goods List is organized in UN number sequence, with 18 columns of coded entries for each UN number. Column headings give reference to corresponding chapters or paragraphs where information can be found. Let us now learn about each column. Column 1 consists of UN number. This column contains the serial number assigned to the article or substance under the United Nations system. Column 2 consists of name and description. This column contains the proper shipping names in uppercase characters, which may be followed by additional descriptive text presented in lowercase characters. See Chapter 3.1.2. An explanation of some of the terms used appears in Appendix B. Proper shipping names may be shown in the plural where isomers of similar classification exist. Hydrates may be included under the proper shipping name for the anhydrous substance, as appropriate. The PSN for the substance or article is the name shown in uppercase characters in Column 2, plus any number, Greek letters, sec, tert, and letters, m, in, o, p, which form an integral part of the name. Column 3 consists of class or division. This column contains the class or division and in the case of Class 1, the compatibility group assigned to the article or substance according to the classification system described in Chapter 2.1. This column lists the primary hazard class, 1 to 9. Column 4, subsidiary risk. This column contains the class or division number of any important subsidiary risks which have been identified by applying the classification system described in Part 2. Column 4 also indicates if the dangerous substance is a known marine pollutant by showing a letter P. Column 5, UN Packing Group. This column contains the UN Packing Group number, that is 1, 2 or 3, assigned to the article or substance. If more than one packing group is indicated for the entry, the packing group of the substance or formulation to be transported shall be determined, based on its properties, through application of the hazard grouping criteria as provided in Part 2. You can check special provisions in Column 6. Special provisions assigned for any entry refers to criteria such as classification, change in package type, additional marks, technical name, prohibited cargoes, additional documents etc. Special provisions are published in Chapter 3.3. Limited quantities and accepted quantities can be referred in Column 7A and 7B. Column 7A lists what is permitted in limited quantities. Limited quantities shipments must be in accordance with Chapter 3.4. They must be always packed in combination packing, except for articles such as aerosols. The applicable quantity limit for the inner packaging or article is specified for each substance in Column 7A of the Dangerous Goods List of Chapter 3.2. In addition, the quantity 0 has been indicated in this column for each entry not permitted to be transported in accordance with LQ. Dangerous goods which may be carried as accepted quantities in accordance with the provisions of EQ are shown in column 7b of the dangerous goods list. E0 means not permitted as accepted quantity. If you want to select or verify packing and IBCs, check columns 8, 9, 10 and 11. Packing comprises of boxes, bags, cylinders, drums, jerrycans, bundles or cylinders, pressure drums, multiple element gas containers, MEGC. Authorized packagings are listed in column 8 with special packing provisions in column 9 with reference to section 4.1.4. Intermediate bulk container, IBCs, and IBC provisions are listed in column 10 and 11 with reference to section 4.1.4. If you want to select or verify tanks and bulk containers, check columns 12, 13 and 14. Column 12 is reserved. Column 13 and 14 lists the dangerous goods authorized for transporting in portable tanks or bulk containers respectively. When a T code is not provided in this column, it means that the dangerous goods are not authorized for transport in tanks unless specifically approved by the competent authority. There are 25 types of tanks. T1 to T22 are for solids and liquids. T23 for self-reactive substances and organic peroxides. T50 for non-refrigerated liquefied gas. T75 for refrigerated liquefied gas. There are 3 types of bulk containers. BK1 – sheeted bulk containers. BK2 – closed bulk containers. BK3 – flexible bulk containers. Tanks and tank provisions are listed in Chapter 4.2.5. Bulk containers are listed in Chapter 4.3. You can refer to EMS in column 15. This column refers to the relevant emergency schedules for fire and spillage in the EMS Guide, Revised Emergency Response Procedures for Ships Carrying Dangerous Goods. The first EMS code refers to the relevant fire schedule, example Fire Schedule Alpha, F-A, General Fire Schedule. The second EMS code refers to the relevant spillage schedule, example Spillage Schedule Alpha, S-A, Toxic Substances. Underlined EMS codes, special cases, indicate a substance, material or article for which additional advice is given in the emergency response procedures. You can check stowage and segregation in column 16A and 16B. Column 16A. Stowage and handling. This column contains the stowage and handling codes as specified in 7.1.5 and 7.1.6. Column 16B segregation. This column contains the segregation group codes as specified in 7.2.5.2 and the segregation codes as specified in 7.2.8. Segregation provisions are listed in Chapter 7.2. You can check properties and observation in column 17. This column contains properties of and observations on the dangerous goods listed. The provisions in this column are not mandatory. You can check UN number in column 18 as well in column 1. Let us now try exploring information of UN number 1620. A triangle symbol can be seen on both sides of the table, which indicates some part of this section of the regulation has been changed in some way. As mentioned earlier, this change could be as simple as one word, sentence, or entire section that has been reworked or clarified. We need to check column 1 first, as we have the UN number. We can find UN 1620 in column 1 section. Column 2 shows proper shipping name. In this case it is lead cyanide. In case you are not aware of UN number, you can search with proper shipping name or synonym. For this you can refer to alphabetical index in volume 2. In this index, the word C after the name in the substance, material or article column means that it is a synonym, and for details regarding the transport provisions reference shall be made to the entry in the dangerous goods list, chapter 3.2, which is relevant to the UN number listed against the synonym. When we check column 3, we can see that for lead cyanide, the class or division is 6.1, toxic substances. In column 4 we can see -P. The letter P stands for marine pollutants, a non-exhaustive list of known marine pollutants, based on previous criteria and assignment. The absence of the P symbol or the presence of a dash in that column does not preclude the application of 2.10.3. In column 5, we can see the packing group as 2, which indicates medium danger. As we check column 6, we can conclude that there are no special provisions as the column is blank. When we check column 7A, it shows limited quantities as 500 gram for UN 1620. In column 7B we can see accepted quantities as E4. If we want to check what is E4, refer to Chapter 3.5.1.2 in Volume 2. We can find the page number in the Contents or Index section. Please check the screen for details about E4. Column 8 shows packing instructions as P002 if you want to know how to check details for P002. Check the chapter in column heading. In this case it is Chapter 4.1.4 Packing Instructions. And this chapter is in Volume 1. Here we can see that P002 is packing instruction for solid. When we check column 9, we can conclude that there are no packing provision for UN 1620 as the column is blank. In column 10 we can check IBC instructions. Here it reflects as IBC 08. Now if I want to know what is IBC 08, I go to column heading at the top. Here it shows the chapter as 4.1.4. As I know this chapter is in Volume 1, I check the Volume 1 IMDG code. Column 11 shows IBC provisions. For this UN code we can see the provisions as B4 and B21. Now, I want to check what is B4 and B21? So, again I check the column head, check the chapter. In this case the chapter is 4.1.4. Now, I go the content section in Volume 1 to check the page number. I open the concerned page number to check the details. The same can be seen on the screen. Column 12 is reserved for now. So, no details reflect in this column. Column 13 shows tank instructions. Here I can see T3 code. So, let us check what are the details for T3. First, check the chapter in the column head. In this case it is 4.2.5 and 4.3. This is Part 4 of IMDG, which is in Volume 1. So, I open the content section of Volume 1 to check the page number. Column 14 shows tank provisions. We can check that this column mentions TP33 for our UN code. I can check the details for TP33 in the similar manner. I can check the details for TP33 in the similar manner. So, once I open the concerned page in Volume 1, TP33 description can be found here. In column 15 I can check the EMS guideline details. In the column for our UN it is mentioned as F-A and S-A. The first EMS code refers to the relevant fire schedule, example Fire Schedule Alpha F-A General Fire Schedule. The second EMS code refers to relevant spillage schedule, example Spillage Schedule Alpha Toxic Substances. F-A and S-A details are found in Chapter 5.4.3.2 and Chapter 7.8. These chapters are Part 5 and 7 of the IMDG Code. Volume 1. So, again I open IMDG Code Volume 1. Check the content section, check the page number and open the concerned page number to check the details. Column 16A shows stowage and handling codes. The column mentions it as Category A for our UN code. Category A details can be checked in Chapter 7.1, Chapter 7.3 to 7.7 as mentioned in the column header. Part 7 of the IMDG code comes in Volume 1. So, I have to open Volume 1, go to the content section, find the page number. Open the concerned pages and check the details for Category A. Column 16B contains segregation codes. For UN 1620 the code is mentioned as SG35. Now, to see what SG35 means, I will check column header for chapter. The chapter is mentioned as 7.2 to 7.7. Which means my details would be anywhere in between. We can find segregation code SG35 details in 7.2.8. In column 17 we can check the properties and observation for lead cyanide. After checking this column I understand that lead cyanide is, in white powder form, slightly soluble in water, reacts with acids or acid fumes, evolving hydrogen cyanide, a highly toxic and flammable gas. toxic if swallowed, by skin contact or by dust inhalation. You can check the UN number in column 18 as well as in column 1. We are delighted to inform you that the Ecademy app is now officially accessible on the Google Play Store for all those eager to embark on their learning journey. You can also visit us on www.ecademy.eliteoffshore.in for more details. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that you will now find it significantly easier to navigate and retrieve information from the dangerous goods list in the IMDG Code. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.